Yo, what's up guys? So in this video I'm teaching you just a lovely trick, first created by Dai Vernon. Now this was published in Vernon Chronicles Volume 2. The trick is called Why Am I Here? Kind of a funny title, but an awesome trick. That's a question I often ask myself, why am I here? Where am I? What are these shiny things in the sky? Can I touch them? There's been several different variations on this routine, some more complicated than others. However, there is one variation that is completely self-working. It's by Caro Fulvis, comes out of self-working close-up card magic. And that is precisely the version I'll be teaching you today, and I think you will really like it. But let's get into it. Alright, so this trick is all about trying to find a card, and the easiest way to go about it is dropping cards everywhere. No, I'm just kidding. The easiest way to go about it is by trying to find clues as to where your card might be. Alright, so what I mean by that is, let's just try this. If I just say stop when I push over cards like that. All right, so you can say stop anywhere. Just make it random. Maybe right here. All right, so remember that card that you stopped on. All right, so remember that card. We'll just bury it back into the deck somewhere like this. We can give it some more cuts as well. Now watch. Like I said, we're going to try to find clues to find your card there. All right, so do me a favor. Cut off a bunch of cards, so there's a little bit of cards left on the table, all right? So we can do that. And the first clue we get is a 5, all right? So what we can do is just count 5 cards from the top. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards like this. And our next clue is a 4, all right? So we just take 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this, and we should get a next clue, 1 card, all right? So we just take 1 card off. Now, after all that cutting and shuffling, you could have said stop anywhere. You could cut anywhere, chosen any card, but we have clues. We had a 5, we had a 4, and we had a 1. All right, so it would be really interesting and quite shocking if those clues led us to 1 card that you picked for the first time. What was your card? The Queen of Spades. That's so strange. I don't know how that works. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for this to work, there was a little bit of a setup, and by setup I mean the top and bottom cards are set up. All right, so on the top of the deck we have a 4 and a 5, which equal 9. All right, so just as long as you can remember that number, you're fine. It doesn't have to be a 5 and a 4. It can be anything that you can remember. All right, so it could be a 6 and a 9. All right, so it can be anything, just as long as you remember that total. All right, you're good to go. Now, since this is 9, what we're going to do is spread through cards like this until we get to 9. And the easy way to do that with 9 is going 3, 2, 2, 2. But obviously, don't count out loud, all right? So the reason why you're doing this, so look, I want to make it completely random, and I want you to pick a card from the middle, all right? So I'm just going to push over cards like this, and at some point, you're just going to say stop, all right? So I've just done 9, my 3, 2, 2, 2, and then I just put those down. Now you have them do it for real, all right? So you just push over cards, have them say stop anywhere, all right? So they say stop maybe right here, and you show them the card they stopped on, all right? In this case, it'll be the 9 of spades, but you don't know that. I mean, your head is turned the whole time, so you can't get a peek of anything that's going on, all right? So you just put that card there on that packet you just dropped on, then you just stop these on top like this, then you take the whole packet and put everything on top. Maybe you can give it a false cut if you'd like to, just to make sure, or just to make it look like everything is buried in the deck, but really, you maintain your setup, right? That 5 is still on bottom, that 4 is still on top, and your card is 9 from top. Now you say, look, there's no way anybody can know where your card is, but we're going to find it with clues, all right? So now you ask them, you put the deck on the table, and you ask them to give you about 3/4 of the deck, all right? So that way there's a little bit of cards on the table for us to use, and so they do that. Now you turn these cards face up. Say our first clue is a 5, all right? So now all you do is you reverse count 5 cards into your hand, all right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now look, that 4 is going to show up right there because of how the deck was set up, all right? So that 4 is going to show, and then you turn these face up like this. Our next clue is a 4. Do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put these down, turn them face up. A 9. Now look at this. Their card now is right here because you counted 9 cards off. Of course, that's going to be their card. Now, this is just a bluff. Everything about this is a bluff, which is nice. Now you just do 9. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And their card's going to be right there. So just put these face down next to all those. Now you say, look, after all that cutting and shuffling, I mean, you could have said stop anywhere. I mean, you could have cut the deck anywhere. Our first clue was a 5. Our second clue was a 4, and our third clue was a 9. Wouldn't it be incredible if all those clues led us to one card, the card that you picked? For the first time, what was your card? They say 9 of spades. Everybody freaks out, and you are a real miracle worker. Alright guys, so as always, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. If you liked it, if you got some value out of it, if you learned something new, do me a huge solid and hit the like button and sub to the channel. Until next time, happy practicing. I love you guys.